Number 10, I kind of took a little shocker here. I took somebody that probably most people have towards the bottom. My number 10 quarterback this year and my sleeper and surprise pick is going to be JJ McCarthy. He was very impressive during the preseason of last year. They loved what he was doing. I think he has such talent. Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson's now healthy and back out on the field. The Jet could be arguably the number one receiver in the league. You have all sorts of people to throw to right now. Kevin O'Connell has such a good offensive mind. JJ McCarthy breaks out what should be his rookie year because he was hurt all last year.
My number 10, Jordan, Brock Purdy. Last year was an off year for many reasons. Christian McCaffrey, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle. What else do you need for an offense? They have a good offensive line. He usually puts up solid passing numbers. He's just heavily reliant on that talent. If there are injuries in skill positions or if he has an injury, that's the risk with Brock Purdy. Depending on who you talk to, they're like, yeah, Brock Purdy could lead them to the NFC Championship. And in that same breath, they said, yeah, but last year could happen again. So that's why he's at number 10.
Who do you have as number 9, Dave?
So I've got Baker Mayfield. And, okay, so the upside is Baker's Baker. Baker's great. He's a great leader. He's a legitimate fantasy starter. He's got Mike Evans, who's only 31 still. He's still in his prime. It's a pass-heavy offense. My questions come in at the loss of the offensive coordinator. New offense installation this year. It's going to be more look like a Dolphins, lots of pre-snap looks. I think it might take Baker a few games to figure that out. And can your fantasy team, because he finished, top 5 last year? There's just enough risk to bump him out of my top 5.
My pick is going to be Kyler Murray. Coming off another year off the injury, played really well last year. He had 2 or 3 over 50-yard runs for touchdowns. He can get going. Having another year on Harrison is going to make him look a little bit better. He has a true top 2 tight end. I think he'll be quarterback 9 this year with his running capabilities.
That's a good segue to my number 8, Kyler Murray. I think he's an elite dual threat quarterback at his best. I mentioned his rushing upside, Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride. The problem is that's generally where it stops with him. There's just concerns about the depth there in Arizona, and his deep ball, scary. He's just not consistent with that deep ball. Missed a lot of balls to Harrison.
My number 8 is also a number 8 that's not in the top 10 on probably most people's. Okay. I've got to represent hardcore, and I don't think, guys, I want everyone to know I am a homie. I am a homie. No. But this is not because I'm a homie. All right. I am going with the one, the only, number 4, Dak Prescott is at number 8. He's coming off his injury this year. He's had, anytime he's played a full year, he's gone over 4,000 yards, over 30 touchdowns. Only one time has he gotten below 35 in those years. So as long as he stays healthy and plays, he has talent around him. George Pickens on one side, CeeDee Lamb on another, arguably the best receivers in the league in CeeDee Lamb. And George Pickens is a great circus catcher. I think he can have a breakout year this year again, as long as he stays healthy. The Cowboys love to pass the ball. My number 7 is the one, the only, Bo Nix. Bo Nix had a wonderful year last year with running the ball and had some real good success passing the ball as well. Denver isn't a wow team, but I think Bo Nix really does bring a lot of elements with his feet. Another connection, another year, Cortland Sutton and him having that connection. I think he did a lot with not as much last year, and I think he has another year under his belt.
He's my number 7 too. Bo Nix. He came out. He was poised. He was efficient. He was a good rusher when they needed him to be. He finished QB7. Overall, I expect him to be right there again. His ceiling is much higher than what he did. It's good enough to win a fantasy league. My number 6, I've got Pat Mahomes. I don't even know if Pat Mahomes made your top 10 because I know you hate that guy. But even in a down fantasy year, he's still Pat Mahomes. He throws for 4,000 yards, not as many touchdowns as you wanted. If he could just rush a little better, he would be in my top 5.
My number 6 is Baker Mayfield. He is coming off arguably his best year in the league. I do agree, offensive coordinator, but he does still have Bucky Irving, who's going to run the socks off. Is a great pass catcher. a great outlet for him. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's going to be there at some point this year after his injury. If Chris Godwin would have stayed and he was on track to be a top 5 wide receiver last year. And that's not including Mike Evans on that team. I just think that he has a lot of weapons. I think his numbers might decline a little bit. I think he was quarterback 4. So I have him at 6, accounting for his numbers are probably not going to be, I mean, he's probably not going to rush as many touchdowns as he got last year, or maybe not even for as many yards. He's going to be quarterback 6. I still think he has a great year. Top 5. At number 5, I have Jalen, because they didn't ban the tush push Hurts, and really for that reason alone. I think if the tush push if you minus all the goal line work that he gets, I think he falls further back into maybe my top 10 in quarterbacks. But because it's not banned, he will get, he could easily get 8, 9, 10 touchdowns just on the 1 yard line and getting pushed into it.
Jalen Hurts is also my number 5, and it's the Saquon Barkley effect. He steals enough touchdowns from Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, what do you want? They have a great offensive line. He's going to produce. My number 4, this is where we're mincing, right? This is where we're just shredding Joe Burrow. When he's healthy, he's incredible. He went all in on his receivers. He's got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins back. He demanded that. I don't expect them to stop scoring. He's going to keep throwing 1 million touchdowns a year. He just doesn't have that running side that the top guys have.
I also have Joe Burrow at number 4. For all the reasons you said, he's obviously going to score. He's obviously a top 4 running back or a quarterback. Jayden Daniels is going to be the number 3 quarterback. All 3 of these guys know how to run the ball. Jayden Daniels could very easily be quarterback 1 at the end of the year, and it would not surprise me because he can run the ball really well. He's young. He has a good arm. They're a high-tempo offense. They're always scoring. Jayden Daniels could be number 1 by the end of this year, but that's stretching it because there's 2 people in front of him who have already done what he has done, what he's doing, and they've done it pretty well. Jayden Daniels, to me, is number 3.
You have to start being a hater to go after Jayden Daniels, who is my number 3 as well. People will be like, oh, he has durability concerns. What, because he's skinny? No, the dude has stayed healthy through his career at LSU with the same style. He's going to be fine at the NFL level.
He stayed healthy at Washington all year last year. I think that's hard to argue that,
Yeah, so like you really have to start going after him. My only criticism of Jayden Daniels is that he pees sitting down. I can't have a fantasy quarterback that pees sitting down. So that's why he's my number 3.
Yeah, I can see that. Jayden Daniels made me feel like a genius last year. I waited until the 12th quarterback last year and picked up Jayden Daniels with that pick.
Guys, this is why you have to listen to JD Fantasy Football this year, because Jordan, listen, everyone thought that Jayden was a good quarterback, but was he this? Did we know he was? Jordan knew. None of us knew, but Jordan knew.
Crazy. Yeah, and if you go back, I called during the NFL draft during that year that Jayden Daniels should have been the number 1 draft pick out of the draft.
Well, the Bears will kill any quarterback, so don't worry about it. Number 2, this man gave people PTSD because they got Josh Allen, especially in the playoffs. His rushing volume, if it's 3rd and 7, he'll pick it up with his legs. He's got the highest ceiling, and I hate to put him at number 2 instead of number 1, but I can't put him at number 1 because it's not like he lays an egg, but he has those down weeks, and then he'll score 50 plus and hurt someone's feelings.
Kudos to Josh Allen. He's also my number 2. He's proven that it doesn't matter who he has on his squad, he can score. He's also running ability is crazy good for a guy his size. He's like a bus rolling through there. He's durable because he's not getting hurt while doing that. I'm one of the people who have been Josh Allen. I do have PTSD from being Josh Allen, scoring 50, 60 points in the playoff game. Yeah. So, he's definitely my number 2. But my number 1, and I think both of our number 1, it's hard to argue with results when you have Lamar Jackson. People will pick Josh Allen. Almost every year, it seems like Lamar gets dropped a little bit, and every year he always is top 2 quarterback. His running ability is so good. He's just a more advanced runner than Jayden Daniels is right now. His arm is really good. He has talent around him. So Derrick Henry takes off. It's almost an impossible feat to figure out if Lamar Jackson's running or Derrick Henry's running, which poison you really want to deal with. Mostly you'll try to deal with the Derrick Henry problem you have. Lamar Jackson's going to be, I mean, I wouldn't say obvious because I've said Jayden Daniels. Any of these 3 quarterbacks could probably be number 1 this year. I'm just thinking that it will be Lamar because he's done it and has been doing it consistently.
Lamar, not only does he have all that history behind him, he's healthy, he's intelligent, he's also got skinny Debo coming.